Hey everybody, this is Monica. Today I decided to talk about a subject that's dear to my heart and very uncomfortable to speak about because it's about my personal journey. And I decided to talk about ADHD and about how it affects me, how it's been something I've struggled with, and also how it has been a gift to me. And I decided to start a movement called Face of ADHD. So we do hashtag Face of ADHD, so we can show people what it's really like, what we really look like, people who have ADHD. And it's just a label, it's just attention. Okay, sometimes we don't focus. Attention deficit, hyperactive. Okay, we are hyperactive. I'm extremely hyperactive, but guess what? The hyperactivity is because I'm so passionate about stuff and I get stuff done and I want to know more and I get excited. So hyperactivity can be a good thing if it's used in the right way. And I think sometimes what happens is we're either totally hyper, which is a lot of the time what I am, or not at all, because we're hyper because we're so interested in what we're doing. I can hyper focus on anything you want. If it's something I love, I can sit still for a long period and do it all. But put me in a room where I need to sit still or it's boring, I can't, I don't even know, I won't even remember most of what you said to me or told me or saw or whatever. So the hyper part, if we are able to use it in a productive way where we find out what it is that we love to do, or our children love to do, or whoever it is, if we just channel that hyperactivity into something that drives them, that makes them enjoy. Another thing, okay, we're not focused, but we focus on so many things because we're interested in so many different things. If you're talking to me and I'm not interested, trust me, you will see it in my eyes. I've switched off. I can't hear a word of what's going on. That's why now I know what my strength is. I know the things that I love and the people I love to hang out with. And that's where I feel most comfortable. And when it is not something that I enjoy, I avoid, because there's no point. If I go and I'm not there, why would I want to go? And that's why you create your boundaries. And a lot of the time when we're kids, we're told you need to be like this, you need to be like that, you need to be like this. No. Schools are stopping our kids from being themselves. I see it in my son. I go to his school, I see it. The grade, he just barely gets that grade. But why don't you see all the beautiful things that the talents, the character of the boy, the character of the different people around us. That's why I want to show the face of ADHD, because look, I struggled most of my life fitting in. Culturally fitting in, not feeling comfortable in my own skin. Who was I? Who am I? Still doubting what I was, my limiting beliefs, what I was taught to believe, what all the different systems taught me, and who I really am and who I am from inside. And many of the things conflicted. So it takes time and lots of work. I did so much internal work. And you have to see that sometimes the things that we struggled with all our lives, like ADHD, I didn't know I had ADHD until later on when my kids were diagnosed. So the struggle of not fitting into that box that schools and society want you to fit in, not fitting into the roles, the traditional role of a mother, that I struggle with a lot. Now I've accepted I'm a good mom, but I'm not the cookie baking mom that you're going to see at the school. No, I'm the mom that teaches her kids and works with them, teaches them resilience, to rely on themselves, strength in character, love, affection, being good human being. And I think that's a great trait in a mom. But it takes a long time to understand that we're not fitting into a mold. We're not supposed to all fit into a mold. We all have our gifts, and we all have things we're not that great at, and our faults. A lot of ADHDers talk too much. You can see I'm talking too much. A lot of them interrupt. I do that, and people have pointed that out to me. And you know what? I get it. I understand. But we're so excited that we don't realize we've interrupted. So if you understand the quirks, the differences in each other, it doesn't have to be about ADHD. It just has to be that every person learns is different. And if we can just accept every person, and if it's something that's bothering us, just tell the other person. Say, you know what? You do that with me. And you're like, okay, I'm sorry, and adjust. But everybody has their quirks. Our kids are struggling because we're trying to fit them into a box that they don't need to. They're beautiful human beings that have different skills, different ways. I see my son, and he's so amazing at puzzles. In 1 minute he can do crosswords, but dyslexia affects him. French language, you're putting kids into a system where they've never spoken a language before. They struggle in the language, and it's all grades. So that's it. I know I talked about a lot of different things, but I just want to show you this is one of the faces of ADHD. Okay? And yes, we have struggles. We really do. Things that might come easier to others, like reading like a recipe or step form, we don't. But you know what? We found other ways to deal with. I am very organized because I put everything down so I don't forget anything. We find our way. Each person finds their way depending on how they think, how they see the world, everything. I see the world in color. I see the world in images like butterflies and stuff. Before, that wasn't something that I would have spoken about. But no, it is how I see the world. And I want you all to see the world the way you see it, not what other people tell you to see it as. And understand, look at these wonderful children and your friends or your husbands or your wives or your friends, and understand they just have a different way of seeing the world. You know, it's not about ADHD. It's about every single person being unique. So yes, I would love it if we do hashtag faceofadhd and just post what are the great things about you and what are the things you struggle with, and just show people there is no deficiency there. Okay, there's no deficiency. I don't see it as a deficiency. I see it as a gift, and who I truly am from inside. And once you understand who you are, nothing affects you outside of it. And same with those children. Okay? So please, hashtag faceofadhd. And I'm going to start posting a few videos of different people talking about it, because I want you all, especially the ones who are just being diagnosed or just feel different. I want you to understand that those things that you find that you struggle with now will be your greatest gifts later. You know, everything that I struggled with is who I am today and what I do. So that's my message. Okay, guys, take care. See you soon. Have a nice day. The weather is good today. Okay, take care. Bye.